It is really weird to think that Paul Rudd, like, 10 years ago was that guy from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Knocked Up, I Love You Man. Like, he was just that comedy guy, like The 40-Year-Old Virgin. And then 10 years later, he's starring in a Marvel film that's gonna, like, make a ton of money and just gonna get, like, a ton of buzz, and he's in a bunch of superheroes. Like, just take a time to think about that. That's really crazy. Ant-Man and the Wasp. This is the next Marvel movie in the next, like, French Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is also the sequel to Ant-Man. If you've never seen the first Ant-Man, it's a very good heist movie. Like, it honestly is. It's very underrated, too. A lot of people, like, say it's fine, but I honestly think the first Ant-Man is, like, a solid, good movie. Especially for a heist movie, it was an awesome movie. That movie came out literally after Age of Ultron when it came out. Now the sequels come out, and it comes out after Infinity War, so that's always, like, sucks to, like, come out after, like, a big movie like that. But this movie, in my opinion, like I said in the very beginning of this video, I just had a blast with this movie. Guys, this summer has been a big fun movie summer blockbuster, and this movie, yes, it serves its purposes in the cinematic universe, but overall, this is just a fun movie. So basically, the movie picks up after the events of Civil War. Paul Rudd is on house arrest. He cannot leave the house. He is stuck in his house for a few more days, and when he gets the thing off, then he can go be with his daughter, and she comes over every weekend, they hang out, and there's a great sequence in the beginning with them too. It's really heartwarming. Then all of a sudden, Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly, who is the Wasp, calls over to him. He's like, "Hey, we need your help. We gotta go get my mom from the realm." I forget I say it like 1,000 times in this movie, but the realm, whatever. He went into the first one, so now they're going. It's kind of like a rescue mission. And I honestly, just like I said, had a blast with this movie. I didn't go in this movie with high expectations, but I was going in saying it's a Marvel movie. It's gonna be good. It usually is. And I walked out saying, I would love to see it again in IMAX too. I saw it regular tonight, but I want to see it in IMAX. Once again, Paul Rudd, I think, is great as Ant-Man. I really think he's a great superhero lead. Like, you wouldn't expect that, but he is really good. Evangeline Lilly, oh my god. I mean, she stole the Hobbit trilogy. She was so great in that, and then she was awesome in the first Ant-Man, but you didn't get to see enough of what she could really do. And in this movie, she gets the costume, she is the Wasp, and she is so awesome in this movie. I want to see her in more movies. I hope we do. She is great. Michael Douglas, it's Michael Douglas. He's a good actor. He's really good. Michelle Pfeiffer, I won't tell you anything about how much she's in or anything. I know that she's on the poster and everything. I will say, for what she's in the movie in, she's really good. Lawrence Fishburne's in this movie. He was really good, I thought. The main villain who plays Ghost, she was in Tomb Raider and Ready Player One this year, and now she's in Ant-Man. She's having a great year. I thought she was a solid villain. She's no Killmonger. She's definitely not Thanos. I mean, Thanos is right here. She's, like, right here. But for what she could do in this movie, I thought she was fine. I liked her background story. I liked her motivation. But it definitely wasn't, like, my favorite villain, but I really liked her in this role. I thought she was good. I think she was better in this role than she was in Ready Player One. But no, she was a solid villain. I definitely liked her. I think I liked her more than the first villain. What was his Yellow Jacket? I think I liked her more than him in this movie. But she was a solid villain. Walton Goggins is also a villain in this movie. He's kind of like a gangster in this movie. And he could have been taken out, honestly. I don't see his purpose. Yeah, he had a few purposes, and he had a great scene with Michael Pena, which we'll get to in a minute. But overall, I think Walton Goggins, his character didn't feel like it needed to be in this movie. I don't know. He felt very out of place to me. But my gosh, like I said, Michael Pena comes back. Him and the crew from the first one. Michael Pena is so good in this role. There is one scene. It involves the truth, that's all I'm gonna say, and it had me dying. Guys, this movie, I honestly think it's top 5 funniest Marvel movies. I was tearing up in one scene of how hard I was laughing. The movie is really, really funny. Like, I mean really funny. Like, I did not expect to be this funny. But to me, it was just as funny as freaking Thor Ragnarok. And I know a lot of people love Thor, but man, I thought this movie was hilarious. The action scenes are directed really good by Peyton Reed. I thought the action scenes were way better than the first movie action scenes, especially what they could do with the houses and the cars and everything. I mean, the action scenes are just fun, exciting. Overall, the movie is a movie that's fast-paced too. Like I said, it's really funny. The story serves its purpose. And overall, I just had a blast with this movie. If I had to say any issues, the villain isn't the strongest suit, whatever, but it's fine. Again, I thought she was a fine villain. She wasn't like the worst. I don't think she's nowhere near the worst villain. I don't even put her I put her in the top 8 villains if I had, honestly, because I thought she was a good villain. Like, she's not like Michael Keaton or Killmonger or Thanos or any of that. But she definitely stood her ground in this movie, I believe. And I liked her. I liked her powers too. I liked what her character went through in the previous and then in this movie. I won't get into it, of course, that's spoilers. But overall, I had fun with this movie. Again, my biggest issue probably is just Walton Goggins, like his whole storyline and everything. I just felt was really out of place and could have been taken out. And sometimes the jokes didn't land, and they sometimes went for the joke too much. But 90% of the time, the jokes really do land. Again, I had a blast with this movie. I definitely want to see it again. I really do, especially in IMAX 3D. Like, I want to see an IMAX 3D. So I am going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp a very, very high B+. I think it's a super duper fun movie. I almost gave it an A-, but again, I really like this movie. And before I go, I know a lot of people are asking, so what is the after credit scene? And I will say this, the first one you must see. That's you gotta see the first end credit scene. You gotta see it. Second one you can honestly skip because you saw it in the trailers. I'm not gonna spoil what it is, but you did see in the trailers, and that kind of, I was like, really? Why would you do that? But no, the first end credit scene is a must. It's a must. It's a must. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, guys.